Okay, you guys look like. All right, let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Noticing that this is kind of tripping out here. This my reception is going in and out. But welcome, you guys. This is Eric Vaughn. It's the Family Cash Machine, and it's trying to make sure you guys are seeing this clearly. And welcome to the live cast that we're doing today, entitled "How to Take Control of Your Income Flow and Create Generational Wealth." So this is a topic that is dear to my heart. This is a topic that actually is what got us to start the Family Cash Machine some 3 years ago, as we were trying to figure out how to create generational wealth. And at first, we started to um, join with a company that traded gold. But then somewhere along the way, we found out about cryptocurrencies and bitcoins, and we saw an opportunity there to create momentum like no other industry ever in the history of the world. And I want to say that one day we stumbled upon a video with cryptocurrencies, and I saw something that had longevity. I saw something that had perpetuity. I saw something that had, um, an ability to include more people in the global scheme of things. And what I mean by that is there's about 2 billion people around the world right now that don't have bank accounts for whatever reason. And if you don't have a bank account, it's pretty hard to do business. It's pretty hard to transact money and stuff like that. Well, with this technology, people don't really need to have a bank account. All you need to have is a cell phone. Now, what I'm finding out is in rural areas around the world, such as Bangladesh and Africa, some areas in Africa, Uganda, some areas in Tanzania and East Africa, some areas in West Africa where people don't have adequate water, or adequate electricity. They have a cell phone, and so cell phones are probably about 80 something percent of the population around the world have a cell phone. So being that this is a technology that allows you to um, transact from the phones, this is something that can help include more people in the global economic scheme of things. Now, the Family Cash Machine, our motto is we're in a major situation in the world where we're in a situation where all the economies around the world are collapsing at the same time. And a lot of people, when I say generational wealth, they look at me like it's impossible to create generational wealth. But In fact, it's all about the right thing at the right time. It's all about being include in the right thing at the right time. So, what you one second, one second, you guys, getting some feedback here. One second, one second. Yeah, so we are in a we're in a economy like no other time before, where all the currencies in the world are crashing at the same time simultaneously. So therefore, um, it presents a very unique situation because wealth is never destroyed. Wealth just exchanges hands. So it all depends on what side of the coin you're going to be on. Um, the family cash machine has noticed that people don't really learn about money. They don't really learn what money is. What we are taught is debt. We're taught how to use credit or to use money to create debt. We don't really learn how to master money, or we don't really learn how to create momentum with money. They're not really teaching you that. And throughout the world, through every country around the world, they're not teaching you um, the difference between money and currency. In fact, when I read the Oxford Dictionary of Money, and I read the definition in Investopedia of money, and I read the definition in Webster of money, and when I read the definition of money in Wikipedia, Oxford Dictionary, every dictionary definition said money is a banknote. And that's not true. That's currency. So they're teaching us that currency is money, and it's not the fact. It's not true because currency, although it is used as money to exchange goods and services, it doesn't have a stored unit of value, which is one of the definitions of money. You know, it's portable, it's divisible. Money is it's supposed to be durable. It's supposed to be a unit of exchange that you use in commerce, and it's supposed to be um, uh, fungible, which means that a dollar in my pocket or a gram of gold in my pocket has the same value as a gram of gold in your pocket. This is all true, but money has a distinct different one other characteristic that currency doesn't have, and that is money is a stored unit of value. Now we're not being taught this. We're being taught that currency is money, and the reason they mis teach you so they can manipulate you. So the subject title of this was how to control the flow of your own money. So you think that you control the flow of your money, but you actually don't. You don't control the flow of your own money. There are governments, there are banks that create money, that print what we think is money, currencies. And so we don't really control our own flow of our own money. So what this is about understanding money. This is about not just understanding money, but understanding that this is a unique opportunity right now as money is being disrupted. It's a unique opportunity to learn this technology, to learn this particular industry, and to start creating your own not just flow of money, but to create your own um, to create your own. I just keep getting lost because I'm seeing that my screen is going in and out. I'm hoping you guys are not getting disrupted. But anyway, this is an opportunity like no other before because as money is being disrupted, things are changing. People are finding that they can now control their own economic future by controlling the flow of their own transactions. You don't control the flow of your transactions. You basically are uh, forced to go to PayPal or MoneyGram or a bank and use the Swift code system to transact, and you're at their disposal. You're pretty much at their discretion to send or not to send, or if they're going to honor a transaction. Now, what if you don't have any adequate identification? What if you lost your wallet and you're waiting for your identification? You can't transact. You can't transact. And that's just not the case with cryptocurrency. I can transact to Zimbabwe. I can transact to Japan. I can transact within seconds to anybody on my phone without ID, without identification, without my social security, without any type of birth certificate or anything. And so this is a game changer. Now, there's a lot of people out there saying that cryptocurrency is not going to last. It's going to crash. It's going to end up becoming zero. And that's not true because there's never been a technology like this ever in the history of the world, ever, where it allows you to transact peer to peer with someone around the world without even knowing their name. And they absolutely will receive the I'm not going to say funds, but they will receive the cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Monero. There's thousands of different cryptocurrencies now, and all it is a digital way of transacting value without permission from a government, without permission from a bank, without permission from any authoritative figure, just you and the individual that you're transacting with. That is very powerful. And so we decided in the Family Cash Machine to learn this, to master this, not only to learn this, but to understand money and transactions. So in the midst of that, we've created now a funnel. And the funnel that we've created in the Family Cash Machine is educational courses. We teach about money. We teach you guys about decentralization, which is disconnecting from the system that monitors you, disconnect from the system that exploits you, disconnect from the system of economics that restricts you, and freeing ourselves up so we can be able to transact as fast as we want to whoever we want, whomever we want, wherever we want. And that has been very liberating. And that's why I said to control the flow of your own money. Now, one of the reasons that the economy right now is sinking is because United States is in a $21 trillion debt. Okay, now, in the process of this debt, you have to ask yourself, who do we owe? Ourselves? Who are we in debt to? Some people say, well, it's China. Well, that might be true. They have some of that debt, but not 21 trillion. This debt has been created by banks. Banks loan money to this country, and we are responsible to pay that back, and that's where your taxes come in at. Okay, so every system, every economic system, or every economic economy in the world is based on debt. And it's based on a system that controls the flow of money. And this is why you have economies boom, and then you have recessions and depressions. Then you have boom, economic booms, recessions, and depressions. This has been recycled. Has been perpetuating for so many hundreds of years. It's the same cycle. And a lot of people say, well, history repeats itself. Not so much history repeats itself. It's the repetitious behavior of human beings that repeat itself. And so it just behooves me how we have allowed entities to control our money. And we think that that's the way it's supposed to be. And you are have a God-given right to control your own value, to control your own money, to control your own transactions. And you have a God-given right to have a certain a sense of anonymity and a certain privacy in some of your transactions. All of your transactions are not, they shouldn't be exposed. Okay, now there's really no law saying that every transaction I do has to be recorded. So for some reason, we've been trained to believe that we have to record every transaction. And so this is what cryptocurrency is about. The Family Cash Machine has decided to teach people. So we got the Cryptocurrency College, and the Cryptocurrency College is going to teach you guys about how to control the flow of your own money and how to create streams of income in this disruptive technology that is about to disrupt money and free people up more economically and make them able to connect around the world in transactions without the Swift code system. If you guys noticed, most of our countries like America use their dollar as a weapon. They use the dollar to beat people into submission. And when they create sanctions on countries, what they do is they cut them off from using the Swift code system, which is a system of sending international transactions. And so America has the power to cut countries off from using an international transaction wiring system called Swift code. Well, guess what? Nobody can stop you from sending Bitcoins. Nobody can stop you from peer-to-peer transacting with cryptocurrencies. And so, in a sense, this is liberating. It allows people to become more free in their transactions and ability to move money. And I don't feel and think that no one should be totally in control of your ability to move money. That's to me is kind of evil, sinister, but it ends up what it does is it strangles countries. It strangles countries and it suffocates them into submission. And sometimes the submission is to do the will of other countries that may not be to the best interest of this particular country. So with cryptocurrency, it's going to make the world a more free economic place for people to transact as they want. And that's what I saw very powerful about it. So what we've decided in the family cash machine is to master and to learn about economics, learn about money, learn how money has been manipulated and the knowledge of money has been manipulated into something that's not real. And so the people now are taking back control of their ability to transact. That's what cryptocurrency is about. It's about economic freedom. It's not just about Bitcoin is up today. Oh, it's 6,200. Oh, now it's 4,300. What happened with Bitcoin, and I want to explain this to you guys, is last year around this time, it was announced that Wall Street was coming into the industry. Wall Street and Goldman Sachs and all these big firms wanted to get a part of this industry. So what happened was all these other people heard that and they came into the industry and they just threw a bunch of money in here and did not understand the technology. So as a result, when Bitcoin started coming down, all these people started running and all these people started to lose because it was not a real value. It was a super inflated value just based on the herd or the crowd rushing to, oh, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, but not really understanding the undergirding principle of the technology. When you understand the undergirding principle of the technology, then you'll understand this is not going nowhere no time soon. And this is a technology that people around the world are going to need for a long time. And it has an ability to kind of like limit the corruption of money because money has, again, been used as a weapon, especially the US dollar has been used as a weapon to beat people into submission and to make them to do our will and what we want them to do, or exclude certain people from participating in transactions. And so, again, we have a lot of information that we're going to be teaching in the Family Cash Machine Cryptocurrency College. We're going to be teaching you guys about, money versus currency. We're going to teach you guys about gold and silver options. We're going to teach you guys about transactions, free transactions, and how to do ICOs or how to get involved in an initial coin offer, how to come up with an idea and then have the public fund the idea without having credit, without having a business, without having an SBA loan, without any of those investors coming in, taking over all your company. Anyone from any walk of life can create an idea now with this industry and something called ICOs, initial coin offers, which is a little different than initial public offers on Wall Street. And this is why they don't like this industry, because anyone from any walk of life can come up with a good idea and solicit the public and say, hey, this is my idea. Put it on a white paper and build a website, and people will buy your tokens that represents your idea. And when they purchase those tokens in the ICO, I've seen people earn $20 million, $30 million in a month. And that money is used towards your idea. That's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful formula, because you don't have to be in a certain fraternity. You don't have to be in a certain order. You don't have to come and matriculate from a certain school. You don't have to be in a certain group of people. And in order to do an IPO, an initial public offer on Wall Street, you have to have millions of dollars to register, to pay licenses, and to even have your company considered for initial public offer. It has to be worth millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. So again, this industry is including more people. It's inclusive of more people, making more people allowed to be successful, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, no matter what your education level is. If you have a great idea and you put together what is called a white paper, and you do a crowdfunding, digital crowdfunding called initial coin offer, you can get your idea funded and not owe anyone. And it's just your money to build the platform that you suggested that everyone believed in. And by them owning tokens or purchasing tokens, digital tokens, which is cryptocurrencies, they have the ability now to say they bought your tokens at 5 cents. And let's say after you built your platform, because now you got 15, $20 million. So now you build your platform, and now your company tokens value go up to say $3. So all these individuals that invested in you, that believed in you, that gave you an opportunity, gave you a chance, they're now rewarded. Because now they can go in an exchange and exchange those tokens for Bitcoins, for Ethereum, or they can liquidate them and get fiat currency. But whatever the fact is, they're rewarded for believing in you. And I just think that that is a very, very a great platform to include more people in the world. And some of these technologies that I'm seeing that's coming out of ICOs, initial coin offers, are disruptive technologies, meaning they could disrupt centralized businesses. I'm going to give you an example. There's a company called Facebook. We all know about Facebook. And Facebook is a centralized company. And we're so used to a centralized idea. And that's what the Family Cash Machine is doing. We're teaching you guys more decentralization, how to disconnect, and how to include more people around the world. Let me make my example. Facebook, there's just a few people that's in the investors group, Mark Zuckerberg and maybe a few other people, that get all the money. They have one server. So if someone hacks that server, they literally have access to 1.2 billion or 1.7 billion people. How many other people are on Facebook? They got one centralized server. Okay? They have one company that regulates all the rules, tells you who can be on, who can't, what material you can place on there, what material you can't. This is centralization. Okay? Now Facebook is, I believe, the #1 media content provider in the world. Okay, bigger than CBS, bigger than NBC, bigger than all of those. It is the #1 media content presenter in the world. And it's interesting because Facebook, they don't create any content. All the content on Facebook is yours and mine. My pictures, my likes, my comments, my surveys that I pass around, or my videos. So it is the people that made Facebook the multi-billion-dollar company it is, but we're not making any money. All the money goes to one centralized source. That's centralization. Okay, now there's companies that are creating themselves in the decentralized platform. It's a company called Stemit. And Stemit is a quite different idea. Stemit is a social media website, and you purchase tokens, decentralized cryptocurrency tokens. And based on how many tokens you have, it determines how much weight you have. When you vote, or well, not vote, but when you like somebody's page, you get paid. Wow. When you post content, you get paid. So basically, it's more of a revenue sharing where the people who make up this social media network, because it's not centralized, there's no centralized server, it's on the blockchain, so it's a distributed ledger, and anyone who accesses the ledger on their phone or on their computer has access to the ledger. Okay, and so it's not a centralized ledger, it's decentralized in a sense that it's a network. So there's not one server that you can attack because it's on the blockchain, which is something we teach in the cryptocurrency courses. We teach you guys what this technology is and how it has the ability to redefine a lot of businesses. And I think that if people had an opportunity to be on a website that they can get paid for liking, get paid for commenting, get paid for posting content, they will choose that over a centralized Facebook that makes all the money off of all our content. And in fact, they even sell your information. They've been caught, busted a couple of times now for selling information, selling you guys information. And you don't get anything off your own information. They sell, they know your profile because you tell them what kind of books you like, what kind of movies you watch, what kind of music you listen to. So they pretty much get a good perspective for who you are, and they sell that information. And this is how they can determine voting and all this other stuff. But you get nothing from that. My point is decentralization is more inclusive of the people. It allows us to make money from the things that we build, the value that we build in a company. We share in that value. And I think I like that kind of system a little better. And that's the definition of decentralization. We go deeper into it when you guys take our courses. Our courses are very, very powerful. We have wealth training. We teach you guys about trust funds. We teach you guys about corporations. We teach you guys about decentralized autonomous organizations, which is a whole nother ball game. Smart contracts, which is the future. And what I'm telling you guys is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going nowhere because the technology is valuable. The technology itself has a functionality, okay, that is needed in the world. And so therefore it's not going nowhere. And so this is why we decided to create these courses to teach more people about the functionality of this technology. So they're not just looking at the value every day. Oh, it's at $4,000. Oh, it dropped $300. When you understand the functionality, you're not worried about the price because now you see the demand, the future demand for this product, for this industry, for this the total functionalities that's coming out of this decentralized blockchain technology. That's pretty much what's going on. And now we have, Goldman Sachs, we have J.P. Morgan, we have all these major companies, the Chicago Board of Exchange, we have IBM, so many, Microsoft, all these companies now are adopting blockchain technology. So do you think it's going somewhere? Do you think Bill Gates spent over $400 million for nothing? Do you think that this industry has created in the last 2 years more millionaires faster than any other industry? So do you think it's going to evaporate to nothing? I don't think so. And so this is why I've decided to do courses to teach people so they can position themselves for a great exchange of wealth, which is getting ready to happen. And I'm going to make my sample right here. I'm going to share this with you guys. There was a time when we had blockchain. We had blockbusters. We had blockbusters. We had blockbusters, and blockbusters was a video, and most of us went to rent videos at blockbusters. And from there, we had a major disruption. We had Netflix came, and there were not just blockbusters, but there were so many ma and pa little video places that we used to go rent videos from. They're gone now. They're gone. So they lost. They went out of business because technology disrupted them. Now, that money didn't evaporate. That money was exchanged and went to another individual, Napster, or people who were downloading videos on CDs or whatever. But my point is, wealth never dissipates or disintegrates. It just exchanges hands. So that's what basically happened. Now, again, a lot of people want to figure out what to do right now. What do they do? What do you do in this industry, in this economy? It's a lot of things that's not working. And people are around the world are pretty much doing bad. A lot of people don't know what to do. It's becoming higher and higher to live. The cost of living is becoming higher because the dollar is going down. It's not that products are going up. It's the dollar value is going down. So we want to teach you guys this stuff. We have great courses, cryptocurrency courses. We have several courses that we could teach you guys about what's going on in the world and how to position yourself to make, so much money could be made by you embracing disruption and following the disruption. Now, I want to say this. I remember when the internet started. And when the internet started, you know, when you listen to history right now, they try to talk about the internet like, oh, the internet came and then we all accepted it and it was just great. And everything was fine after we got the internet. That's really not what happened. When the internet first started, it was a disruption because people were used to mailing, sending mail, postcards, and people were used to faxing. There were fax machines. And so when the internet first started, it was not really accepted that well. People, they fought against the internet. They actually fought against it. And there were a lot of misconceptions that, oh, the internet is for pornography. It's pornography. Criminals are going to be using the internet. It's for pedophiles and gambling. You know, so there was a lot of misconceptions for a few years about the internet. People were scared of change. And they did not accept the internet wholeheartedly in the beginning. And they used the scenario that it was for criminals. Well, you hear the same thing about cryptocurrency now. Like, oh, Bitcoin for people that's trying to do illegal drug transactions. It's for, you know, buying drugs. It's for money laundering. And they're trying to put a black eye on cryptocurrency. But in reality, the internet had so much value and so much demand for it, it overshadowed the negative stigma. It overshadowed. There was so much positivity that the internet could be used for. Eventually, it overpowered the negative. And that's what's happening with cryptocurrency. Right now, it's fear. They're afraid that you're not going to need banks. They're afraid that you're not going to need governments to regulate your money or count your money or hold your money. They're afraid that you're going to be free. You're going to be able to freely regulate your own money as you choose. You're going to be free to trade with whoever, wherever, however you want. And you'll be able to do that with privacy, without someone exploiting you for fees, without someone telling you what you can and how you can't trade. So that's what it is. They're afraid of the power of this technology and how it can empower the people. That's what's going on. But what's going to happen eventually is you guys are going to find out how much this can benefit you, how much this technology can benefit you. That benefits and the goodness that this can do around the world will overpower the negative stigma that they're trying to perpetuate on it. Same thing with the cars. Cars didn't start off with, okay, you read history and it says, okay, we invented the car and everything was great. That's not what happened. You know, when you read history, they kind of wrote that out, that the car industry, they were frightened by the car industry at first because they said that, oh, cars are going to kill you. They're going to run you over. They're going to massacre you in the street and run you over. So there was a lot of fear for cars because the steam was coming out, you know, it was making all this noise, and people were used to riding horses and buggies and carriages. So when this machine came out, there was a lot of fear, you know, and in fact, there was a law they passed in Europe called the red flag law. And it was a ridiculous law because what they did is they made it to where you had to have three people to conduct the car. I think it was an engineer, an operator, and something else. Maybe a mechanic or something. And then they had another guy that would walk in front of you with a red flag and tell everybody, the car's coming, get out the way. Now, how ridiculous does that look? And it actually stagnated the production of cars for a minute in Europe. So my point is, technologies, innovativeness, advancement has never been accepted by the people right away. It's always presented some type of resistance because people don't like to change. Human beings are creatures of habit, and we don't like something that drastically changes things. So I'm excited about the Cryptocurrency College and the Family Cash Machine presenting this. The other thing that we've done is we have connected a cryptocurrency college. A network marketing to the cryptocurrency college. We have our own network marketing. company that pays tremendously. It is a pretty much a decentralized network marketing, and it shares the revenue that the company's making with the people. And if you guys go to this my page right here, my Facebook page, you'll see a video of the compensation. If you guys want a video of the compensation, just you know, hit me up on my page, and I'll send you guys directly a copy of the compensation. It is enormous. It is a compensation that we have adopted from another company that was using it, and we added more bells and whistles to it. In fact, one of the companies that we took this compensation from, there were individuals making $4 and $5 million a month. So it is an enormous compensation. It's very generous, and we've also added two other bonuses that this other company didn't even have. So the compensation is very, very healthy, and you guys should look into it. We're going to be doing webinars on the compensation plan. Right now, I just wanted to talk to you guys, and I just want to let you guys know you need to take control of your own economic future. Stop allowing these governments and banks to control the flow of money. This is the problem around the world throughout history and economics, from Greece, from Rome, from ancient Spain and Italy. All of these countries, and even Britain, they all collapsed internally from economic decay. And that's what's happening in America. We've adopted the same system of fractionalized lending, and we've adopted the same system of debt and central banks that has never had a good ending. Now, the danger about what's going on today is that every country simultaneously is in trouble economically. Every country in the world has debt. Every country in the world is using a fiat currency that's not backed by gold, not backed by silver, not backed by anything. And this is now coming to a head. So it is your choice. You can learn this and save yourself, save your family, and possibly become a hero or shero and create generational wealth. Because like I told you, wealth is never destroyed. It just transfers hands. So it all depends on the knowledge that you equip yourself with, because there's tremendous amount of opportunity right now in the cryptocurrency blockchain space. Blockchain technology, decentralized ledgers, this technology will eventually integrate itself with artificial intelligence. And as we know, this is the future. Not just artificial intelligence, but smart contracts. Contracts that have the ability to distribute and execute themselves, where you don't need an attorney, you don't need an accountant. All of this stuff is here. You don't have to know how to create a smart contract. They're making these applications so simple where you can execute a smart contract with the push of a button. So this stuff is not going anywhere. It's out the box now. This technology is out of the bag. You can't put it back in the bag. You can't put this idea back in the bag. It's over with. And so now, again, I just sent some money to a gentleman in the Dominican Republic on a Sunday. No bank is open. I sent it to him in seconds on my phone. I sent him Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is not money, but Bitcoin has value. It can be exchanged anywhere in the world within seconds for money. For euro, for yen, for yuan, for US, for British pounds, doesn't matter. It is valuable. It's almost like gold. I think it's even better than gold. And some people might say, what are you talking about? Bitcoin better than gold. Well, let's look at gold for a minute. Gold took 5,000 years being traded as money. 5,000 years to reach now $1,200 an ounce. 5,000 years. Bitcoin just started in 2009. Hasn't even been 10 years. And it's already, even in the low market, even at its lowest low, it's at 3,800 or 4,000 right now a coin. Within 10 years, it has already tripled gold parities. Wow. So when people tell me, oh, this is just a fad, it's not going to be here, it's going away, that's because they don't understand the technology. Now, what is the technology? The technology basically is, anybody on this call right now, if somebody was to text me right now on Facebook, their long digital wallet, I can take that, copy it, paste it just like I would a text, and send them $100,000 right now while we're talking on this call and nobody would know who I sent it to, what country it went to, or nothing. This is the power of this technology. Now you tell me that's not valuable. And now how can it be stopped if you don't even know who received the money? If you don't even know where it went and who's the person's name, how can you stop that technology? How? I don't see how they're going to be able to stop that. And we got to stop thinking that they can stop everything. They can stop everything. Why would we want them to stop that? Why would we want that to be regulated? Because now you're regulating my freedom to choose, the freedom to transact. Okay? Now, let's say there's a woman in Africa who has a small farm, but she doesn't have identification. She doesn't even have a birth certificate. But she needs supplies to run her farm. She needs to fix the roof on her house. And she's got a small little cheap, not cheap, but I'm going to say a small little inexpensive house. She has a small, humble house. Let's say humble. And she needs to fix her roof. She's got a leak. But she's a local roofing company, but she doesn't have a bank account. So with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum and all these other cryptocurrencies, the guy could come out, fix her roof, and she could send him funds right on his phone without having identification, without her having a bank account or anything like that. I mean, there's areas in the world where banks are every 100 miles. I mean, everybody doesn't live in the luxury that we live in this country here. So one of the things that I noticed about this technology is it has the power to include more people in the global economics. And it has the power to make the 3 billion people around the world that don't have bank accounts. It allows them to now create a business and to be able to transact and receive supplies in their business and to thrive. Everyone in the world, I think, deserves a chance to thrive and survive and to prosper. And so the way the world is now, it's imbalanced. It's imbalanced. And everyone doesn't have access to banks or Western Union. Now, the other thing that I'm noticing about cryptocurrency is the fact that one of the things that is a problem around the world is remittance fees. You have people in America, and what is an American? I mean, like, if I say I'm an American, what does that mean? Am I African American? Am I Chinese American? Am I Anglo American? I mean, there's so many Italian American, Jewish American. American doesn't mean a specific race, because this place was a melting pot of people from all over the world. In fact, the Native Americans were Native Americans. And so they were colonized by people from Portugal, people from Spain, people from Italy, all over the world, Europe. Okay? So America is a multi-race country. Okay? Now, there's people in America that send money home to Puerto Rico, send money to Mexico, send money to Dominican, send money to France, to Jerusalem. Okay? So remittance fees right now, anywhere from 9 to 10%. And one of the biggest fees that that the banks are making right now is on individuals in America sending money to their loved ones. Okay? There's a huge portion of that money taken out. If I send $100 to my mom in Mexico, she's only going to receive 90 because of the fees that's charged, called remittance fees, for money to re-enter into other countries. There's a huge fee, and that's a huge problem for some people in poor countries. And it may take 2 or 3 days. It may take 5 or 6 days to get it. Most times they send it Western Union, and the reason they do that is because Western Union, PayPal are actually more effective than banks. How so? How so? I don't understand that. It seems like a bank would have more sophisticated transactional, capabilities, but they don't. And I've sent money several times to Europe and transacted to Europe, and banks tell you it takes 48 hours. I've never got any transaction to Europe in 48 hours. it's always taking a week, sometimes 2 weeks, and I had to contact the the manager of international transactions in Europe to locate the money. They always found it, but they tell you it takes 48 hours to send money out the country. I've never sent it through Swift code, through the banking system, through a wire transfer. It's never reached there in 2 days, at least not with me. And I've done it at least 8 or 9 times. So let's just say it takes 48 hours. Let's just say it takes 48 hours, which again, I've never experienced that. Okay, if it does take 48 hours, do you know I can get on an airplane and fly to Europe in 13 hours? So, how is it in this modern day of technology that your system of sending and receiving funds, the banking system, is so unsophisticated? I don't get it. And this is why people use MoneyGram or Western Union or PayPal, because the money gets there faster than even the bank transfer. But in the process of that, they lose a lot of value. And in these poor countries, $10 can buy a whole lot in some countries. I mean, there's countries where our dollar is 50 to 1 or 200 or 300 to 1. So $10 is a lot of value lost that can help those families. Well, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, that transaction can happen in seconds. And the fee could be half of 1%. That's how low the fees are. It's really minuscule. It's like it's a game changer. Okay, it's going to help more people around the world. So what I'm saying to you guys is, with that kind of functionality and that kind of value, or that kind of functionality that will help to solve certain problems, it's not going away no time soon. It's here to stay. And what banks want to do and what governments want to do is they want to take this technology and centralize it. Meaning they're going to come up with their own digital currency, but you're going to have your ID, you're going to have your social and all that connected to your transactions. And that's going to be even worse than the system you have now. Because right now, if I give somebody $100, there's no way they can know that. Only if I use my debit card or my credit card can they monitor transactions. But with cash, a lot of times they can't monitor these transactions, and that's why they now force these companies to give your information up to transact. If I go take $100 to any company, they're going to say, okay, we need your ID, we need your social. And that's why they do that, because cash is hard to monitor. But they're trying to eliminate cash, and they're trying to make a cryptocurrency decentralized. And I don't want you guys out there to say, oh, see, I told you cryptocurrency is evil. No, it's not. If it's decentralized, meaning detached from government, meaning that it's just a code that we send, and we keep it to where we don't need our ID or our socials, and all we're using is the digital encrypted hashtag and send and receive. If we keep it decentralized, where there's no center bank controlling it, but the people out there mine the coins, and the people validate their own transactions on the blockchain, and it's a network, not in decentralized. If we keep it like that, it could be the best thing that's ever happened to the people in the public. But the minute we let that technology become centralized, we're in trouble. Because now they can tell you every penny you spent, every dime you spent, every penny you received, every quarter you received. And they can take theirs right out the top, and you don't even, you can't control your own money. But they're coming with it. They're coming with their own cryptocurrency, these governments, believe me, but it's going to be decentralized. But just remember that that's quite different than what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin can't be controlled. There's no owner. There's no corporate headquarters. There's no one that we don't even know the guy who invented it. Satoshi Nakamoto stayed anonymous. So therefore, it is a technology that can't be controlled, regulated by banks, financial institutions, governments. It cannot be regulated because it's hundreds of thousands of people all over the world that keep it going. And they're not in one country, they're not in one place, they're not in one city, they're all over the place. And that's decentralization. And you can't stop that. Okay? And so this is very important that we teach you guys this technology. I know you guys uh, probably heard about Ti and his problems. Right now he's being sued for some company he represented, a cryptocurrency company. But this is why we teach these classes, so you guys can come into this industry and make a lot of money and maneuver without getting yourself in a bunch of trouble. You have to know how to move, how to maneuver. And that's why so many people getting in trouble with cryptocurrency, because they're stepping into an arena and they're mixing centralized and decentralized together, and that is like mixing C4 and nitroglycerin. You're going to explode. You're going to blow something up. And so the key to this is understanding decentralization, staying decentralized. Do not mix centralized with decentralized. And I know that kind of sounds foreign, but this is why you guys need these courses, because there are people on the family cash machine that have made made 6 digits in the last year. There's several people that have made 6 digits in the last year, all because they learned about money and they learned how to maneuver in this decentralized world. I'm gonna give you guys an example before I leave. I bought about, I think, 80,000 Ripple coins last year for about $700. I bought 80,000 of them. And when I did that, I knew it was going to go up. Now, Ripple, a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space told me, don't buy that coin because it's been the same price for 2-3 years. So what I did was I researched the coin to see what it was about, to see what the technology was about. And when I researched the coin, I saw that they changed their direction. They were not trying to be like Bitcoin and just be a coin of commerce, transacting. They wanted to be a coin that replaced the Swift code system. They wanted to be a coin that was compatible with all the different transactions that banks can do internationally. So they made their technology, they made their digital coin to be able to compete and be compatible with the 14, 13, I think it's 14 or 13 different transactions that banks can do internationally. So this coin was making itself to do that in seconds. Bam! And it's not only send hundreds of thousands of transactions in seconds, but at pennies on a dollar. So instead of a bank spending millions on transactions, now they're down to spending hundreds of dollars versus millions of dollars. Big difference. So banks always want to save money, and banks always want to do things more efficiently and effectively. So me seeing that, I said, wow. I told my whole team, let's buy some Ripple coins last year. Now just think about it. I bought 80,000 for $700. So that's way under a penny. And so Ripple shot up, I think, to $3 at one time. But I sold mine way before that, and I'll kick myself. But I made money, though. Point being, I made money. Now, I'm asking you, what other industry you know where you can spend $700 and make $200,000 within 4 or 5 months? And it's all because I researched. It's all because we have a team of researchers. We all research this stuff all the time. I can give you guys 5 coins right now that I think with $600 you'll be a millionaire in the next 2 years. Because I study this stuff. And so this is what you're coming into in the family cash. You're not just coming into a company that's going to teach you. You're coming into a company that's going to prepare you to plant yourself in certain positions to create massive income. Not just on buying coins, also by you creating your own ideas and getting your ideas funded in ICOs. Also from mining coins. There's people right now that are making Jihan Wu is a gentleman, I think he's 28. This guy make $10 million a day. A day. 10 million a day mining Bitcoin. Roger Ver, huge miner. This guy, I think, has over 300,000 Bitcoins right now. He's a billionaire. Okay? There's so many people in the last few years that became so wealthy in this industry. It's not going nowhere. There's so many ways to make money in this industry. It's not even funny. Okay, so we've created our own network marketing. So no matter what Bitcoin does, you guys can make some real money. We've created our own platforms. We have 2 or 3 platforms where you guys can make money with us. right now. No matter what Bitcoin does, it can go up, it can go down, it can go up, it can go down. We've created our network marketing. We have several streams of income in there where you guys are benefiting from plugging individuals into our classes. And as people are learning, they're getting excited, like, wow. And as they get excited, and then they look up, they made some money. And they're not going to know how that happened. So to be a part of our classes is to also be a part of our economic income streams. And I'm going to go further in detail. I think tomorrow I'm going to do a webinar, and I'm going to break down and I'm going to go through our network marketing opportunity, which I don't think there's anyone out there that can match our income and our payouts and how we're paying out. Now, some people might say, well, man, I don't want to do no network marketing. I'm not no network marketer. Oh, that's fine. Just sign up for the classes, learn something new, redefine yourself in this new economic, global economic, way of doing things, or this global economic this whole global economics has changed. So you wanna reinvent yourself. You want to learn how to maneuver in this new global economic scheme of things and prosper. That's what the family cash machine is about. We're actually about generational wealth, creating generational wealth. And some people say, well, you can't, how are you going to create generational wealth? That sounds, I don't hear anybody talking like that. Well, just because you don't hear anybody talking like that doesn't mean it can't be done. And this day and age is the best time to do it as things are changing. As economies are changing and falling and crashing and new innovative technologies are evolving, this is the perfect time. When the internet first started, the people that saw that vision and joined themselves in that vision, they made the biggest returns, and they made life-changing income because they saw the vision and transformation of society on the internet. Well, I'm telling you guys right now, the cryptocurrency is the next phase of the internet. In fact, it's the internet of money. Money is creating its own internet. Wow. Where transactions are going to be going on the blockchain. Titles are going to be recorded on the blockchain. Assets are going to be tokenized on the blockchain. You got to learn this industry. If you want to survive and thrive in the future, you're going to have to learn this industry. Now, I know I'm talking a little advanced, and people might be like, what is he talking about? Please sign up with the classes, cryptocurrency courses with the Family Cash Machine, and start learning and start earning in ways that most people never imagined. And the income in this industry is so tremendous. It is changing lives overnight. And that's why they don't want you in it. That's why they're talking so negative about it, because they don't want you to really find out how liberating this is and how much money people can make in this industry. And so it's creating jobs like you wouldn't believe. It's creating new industries like you wouldn't believe. In fact, we had a smart contract created recently. And like I said, 7, 8 years ago, smart contracts, really nobody was creating those. So it's so many industries being opened up, softwares, decentralized applications, all over. They're being created in this industry. So again, got a little cramp in my neck there. Again, you guys, I'm excited to talk to you guys. The Family Cash Machine is here. We have our cryptocurrency courses, and we also have our network marketing, which is called the Family Cash Machine as well. And we have so many different bonuses. Again, if you guys like this video, if you guys comment on this video, and I will send you guys a free book that we wrote called The Greatest Exchange of Wealth in History. So again, like this video, comment on this video, and I'll send you a free ebook called The Greatest Exchange of Wealth, where I actually break down how wealth is about to be redistributed on a massive scale, and you don't want to miss out on it. You want to position yourself to capture that wealth as other industries are being disrupted. There's other industries that's being created, and you actually have the opportunity right now to create generational wealth in this technological industry called cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, decentralization, and distributed ledgers. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I appreciate you guys for coming to this call, and I hope you guys sign up for the cryptocurrency courses, and we'll see you guys next time. And tomorrow, again, like I said, I will do a live stream, and I will do a webinar, not webinar, but I'll do a live stream like this for network marketers, or I'll actually show you how to sign up for the classes as well if you don't want to network market. But I don't see why you would turn down any money, because if you realize that education is one of the most sought out things right now, and a new education, a new knowledge. So it's easy to sell. It's not hard. There's so many people that call me and want to know about cryptocurrency, want to know about Bitcoin, how to make money with Bitcoin. You can trade like on Forex. There's some people that do that. And so when I talk about, it's not about it going up and down and stuff. Well, there are some people that do trade Bitcoin, and they trade it on an exchange and they make money. But that's not the only thing with this industry. There's so many other ways to make money they don't talk about. And they make it seem like just because Bitcoin is down, nobody's making money. I saw a guy make $300 per post on STEM. Even in a down market, even when Bitcoin was crashing, every time he posted a comment or a blog, he got 300 something dollars worth of STEM, because he had that much influence on STEM, which is a decentralized social media, to where every time he made a post, now just think if he did 2 posts a day, that's $600 a day, even in a down market. So again, don't believe the hype. There's so much out here in this industry. This industry is just evolving so fast, and there's so many ways to make money. You got to take these classes so you can start learning how to position yourself for, again, the greatest exchange of wealth is getting ready to happen in history. Because there's never been a time that all the currencies in the world were crashing simultaneously. And there's never been a time in the history of the world that a technology was out that had the ability to disrupt money, to disrupt governments, to disrupt banks, and empower the people. So if you embrace that, you could make a tremendous amount of income and momentum in this industry. So this is not just about understanding the problem that's going on. It's also about understanding the solutions and understanding the advancements and the opportunities. And so, again, Cryptocurrency College, a family cash machine. We represent generational wealth, creating generational wealth. We have courses on money. We have courses on wealth. We have courses on trust funds. We have courses on cryptocurrency. We have courses on all the opportunities and money-making income streams in this industry. You don't want to miss out on this. Nobody is teaching this the way we're teaching this. Most people taught this, even when you go to Udemy and all those companies, they just teach you what it is. They don't really teach you how to get in this industry and how to make the money. They don't really teach you how to come into this industry and create your own ICO, how to invest in ICOs, how to invest in bounties, how to do airdrops. They don't tell you none of that stuff. And so all of this information, we're going to be teaching you guys how to really get into the cryptocurrency space and make a difference in your life and your family's lives, and put yourself in a position to where you may look up one day and you're sitting on so much value of cryptocurrencies, it's not even funny. Because right now, like I said, I bought 70,000 or 80,000 coins under $700. There's a lot of opportunities out there like that, but you just can't buy coins that you don't know what they do, or where they're going, or if the company is even capable of performing what they claim this technology is going to do. But once you learn, I'm looking at a coin right now. I'm not going to say the name of it because you got to join the classes to find out. I'm looking at a coin right now for $645. I can have 1 million of them. 1 million. 1 million of these coins. And this company, to me, right now is doing something nobody's doing. So let's say this coin eventually goes to $10 and I got 1 million of them. That's $10 million. So there's a lot of technologies out there that are evolving. They have their own coin and it's so cheap. But you got to learn the technology. You got to learn this industry, and it's not hard. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. But again, I'm going to do a webinar tomorrow. I'll go live for network marketers, people that want to learn how to make money in the network marketing. Again, our product is education. Our product is knowledge. Our product is how to make money in the cryptocurrency space and how to understand the problems with fiat currency and how to understand what value is and what currency versus money and all that different stuff, and how to protect and preserve what you're making, because there's so many people that can make money, but a whole lot of people don't know how to protect it, and they don't know how to secure it. We always talk about getting the bag, but how about secure the bag? Okay, so that's what we're going to teach. We're going to teach you corporations. We're going to teach you offshore accounts. We're going to teach you guys about offshore corporations, offshore entities. We're going to teach you guys about anonymity, about decentralization, how to stay under the radar, how to protect yourself, and how to create generational wealth. That's what this is about. How do I put my children's children in position to where all they have to do is live? Now, if they want to create on top of our creation, they can, but they'll never have to worry about money. How do we create that? This is the time right now that actually could create that for you because of this new technology that's evolving, and I call it the Internet of Money. In fact, there's a book out now by Andreas Angelopoulos called The Internet of Money. And he talks about how this is the Internet of Money. Okay, and so with that, we're going to go ahead and sign out. Again, if you guys think cryptocurrency is not going to last, you are rudely mistaken. If you guys think that all these billionaires are putting hundreds of millions of dollars in this for nothing, you are rudely mistaken. They see it, and they want a part of it. And I think Facebook is trying to create their own cryptocurrency now. So, this is not going nowhere no time soon, and it's something that you need to learn, something that can actually enhance your income and put you in control of the flow of your own money. So again, with that, you guys, I'm going to sign off. This is Eric Vaughn, Family Cash Machine. You guys have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on the call. Again, network marketers, you guys come out, start learning our compensation. Anybody that liked this video and comment on this video, I'll send you a free ebook, The Greatest Exchange of Wealth in History. Okay? So with that, you guys have a great one. All right, bye-bye.